Okay, as I prepare for the New England Patriots to crush the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend and those other NFL playoff games, let's focus for a moment on greater evidence that when it comes to pro football, fans be damned. It's all about wealthy owners who get their way almost every single time. So let's close out the week with a few rapid-fire passes from the man who invented commentary about sports business, the sports professor. Rick Horrow joins us once again on the show. All right, Professor, let's get right to it here. Oh, I know you're shaking your head already because we've had these conversations a million times. Go ahead.
But wait, first of all, America really doesn't care whether you think the Patriots are going to beat the Chiefs or not, because you're wrong more than you're right. But let's see if we can delve into something that's a little more allows me to set you straight.
Where are those Miami Dolphins in the playoffs this year, Rick? Okay, let's stop right there. Let's go ahead and move on, if you will, please.
I yield.
You yield. There you go. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Kroenke's move shows that NFL lacks integrity. Wait a minute, Rick. Integrity in the NFL? Isn't this all about money in the first place? As I said, fans be damned.
Well, the second part we can talk about, but, people who come to this mystic revelation that it's all about the money. Ford Motors is all about the money. General Motors, U.S. Steel, every large corporation is all about the money. That's the issue. The question is how you go about it. And from my perspective, and listen, I am biased only because I've worked on this for 15 years with the NFL. The Los Angeles opportunity with Stan Kroenke is a 300-acre, $2 billion stadium with a $15 billion real estate development as well, with the opportunity to host multiple Super Bowls, Final Fours, conventions, religious conferences, and the whole thing. And St. Louis still has the opportunity to get their stadium done. Honestly, whether or not you heard it from the Raiders or the Chargers, but that year extension for both of them, when you think about it, gives St. Louis a chance to stay in the race and button up their questions. Emotions are raw now. Nobody's going to make that argument, but I am.
Okay, I got 60 seconds left, and I got to drop this in here. At the start of 2015, Missouri still owed $129 million for the stadium. That comes out of the taxpayers' pockets here. When Kroenke bought the Rams, he said, "I'm not going to move them. No desire to move them." Now he's paying $650 million in L.A. Come on, Rick. There are people now in St. Louis saying you helped put the taxpayers on the hook for this, and you deserve to bail them out.
Well, and that may happen, by the way, but the lease talks about a first-class facility. He made commitments that he would stay through the length of the lease and pay some dollars, and that's to be negotiated, and I understand all of that, and his lawyers say that it wasn't kept in a first-class condition. I'm more concerned globally that the NFL now has given the option to St. Louis, and if you hear Jerry Jones very carefully, that St. Louis is in a position to try to be in the ballgame. They may not want to, and Stan Kroenke has a major deal in Los Angeles that's going to make the NFL in a lot better perspective than they are today. But St. Louis, frankly, is still in the game.
All right, 20 seconds. Does this hurt the NFL's integrity if you put this in the same basket as everything we've seen in officiating this season?
Well, it's kind of hard to do apples and oranges to papayas and grapefruits, but the bottom line is, depending on whether the Raiders or the Chargers go to that new stadium and where the other teams end up, let's defer the answer to that question until all three teams get relocated.
I will do that. Will you at least tell me that the Patriots are going to beat the Chiefs? You'll go with me on that one, right?
I will, but I'm not doing it because you said so. I'm doing it because it's probably going to happen.
That's okay. Okay, as long as you bow for that part, we're in the playoffs, we're good. Rick Horrow, very nice bow, if you will. Thanks so much for joining us, Professor. We'll talk to you again real soon. Regardless of what happens, good luck to your team. Better luck to the Patriots. Rock on, true believers. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Monday right back here on The Hard Line.